U.S. abstained from the U.S. Security Council vote calling for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. America is listening to Fox News. I'm Dana Perino, co-host of The Five and co-anchor of America's Newsroom. Join me for my brand new podcast, Perino on Politics. Listeners of Everything Will Be Okay will gravitate toward this podcast too. Every Monday, I'm going to talk to people I trust in politics as they tell me what they're seeing and thinking in the 2024 election cycle. As they prep me to cover the upcoming election, they'll prep you, the voters, too. Make sure you subscribe to this series on FoxNewsPodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts and leave a rating and review.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey there, it's me, Kennedy. Make sure to check out my podcast, Kennedy Saves the World. It is 5 days a week. Every week, we check in with Jimmy Fallon, bring in authors for the book club, and even treat some of your favorite Fox personalities to a very special happy hour. Download and listen at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Kennedy Saves the World. America's listening to Fox News.
KSFO traffic from the Chilton Auto Body Desk.
In Oakland, the 5th Avenue Embarcadero off-ramp from northbound 880, that is blocked by a car that's just plain out of gas. And in Oakland, we also have a big bag of trash. Northbound 13 on the connector to eastbound 24, it's in the left lane of the ramp. And a reminder from Caltrans, just one piece of litter ruins the picture. Clean California, 0 litter is the goal. That's traffic. I'm Michael Denton.
Wish your wife came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
There are 3 letters that can literally change the way you see life. CLR. Hey, it's Armstrong and Getty here, and if you struggle with glasses and contacts, but now you need readers or bifocals, you might be a perfect candidate for custom lens replacement from Laser Eye Center of Silicon Valley. Dr. Craig Bindi, I'm considering CLR over LASIK as we get older.
The older we get, we start experiencing the dysfunction of our natural lens, meaning the need for reading glasses. LASIK won't solve the problems of reading glasses or cataracts, but CLR does. After tens of thousands of vision correction procedures, we have the experience to tell you if it's your right time for CLR.
CLR is a quick, painless procedure to restore both distance vision and near vision.
Plus, you'll never develop cataract.
CLR may be your perfect, permanent vision solution. Schedule your free consult today at lasereyeclr.com. No glasses, no contacts, no readers, and no cataracts. Lasereyeclr.com.
I love this song. I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I love? A ride. It's time to head out.
If you see a buzz warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from Vista and the Ad Council.
personality, #1 best-selling author, host of the Ken Coleman Show, where he helps you have a better life at work and at your career and all of those kinds of things. So we're going to talk to you about your life and your money, as we always do. The phone number is 888-825-5225. Josh is with us in St. Louis, Missouri. Hey, Josh, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave, thank you so much for taking my call. I just want to take a second, and I appreciate all that you do. You've truly changed my life over the last few years, and I just want to take a second to say thank you.
Sure. What's up?
Awesome. My question is, how should I feel about a prenup? I know your stance on prenups, and I know kind of, extreme circumstances, and I believe kind of like my circumstance is kind of extreme on both ends. So a little bit about my background. I'm currently 28. I've followed the baby steps through and through. Currently on 3B. I make about $300,000 a year, and that's divided up into about $100K in retirement, $100K for a down payment, and $25,000 to $35,000 then just a bank account, checking account for an emergency fund. So my question. So I'm getting married in June. My wonderful fiance. And her family is extremely wealthy, and although I do not, and her parents and grandparents are extremely wealthy, so they are, apparently I'm supposed to be signing a prenup, obviously before the marriage, and kind of, we're going to go over that, and my question to you is, how should I feel about that, as well as, what to look for in a prenup, like what, I don't necessarily know what questions to ask my lawyer. And just one last thing is, my income could be going from, to 400, 500 plus over the next 2 to 3 years annually. So, yeah, that would be my question.
How old is your fiance?
I am 28, she is 25.
Does she have any money?
No. It's all,
You didn't ask her?
I have not, no.
The prenup was for the potential inheritance.
The prenup is for the potential inheritance. I have not had a sit-down discussion with them.
When did the prenup discussion come up? After you were engaged?
It was after we were engaged.
Yeah.
Yes, but I kind of had an idea, I don't know the specifics on their net worth, but they are extremely, extremely wealthy.
The only way I know how to answer the question is what would I do if I woke up in your shoes, okay? When my children were married, my net worth was in excess of $100 million already at that point, and none of them signed a prenup. And we didn't ask them to. None of my in-laws signed a prenup, and we didn't ask them to. Now, I have my estate plan set up to where certain controlled only by Ramsey blood and trusts, so you can't get to them in the event of a divorce. Thing number one. Thing number two, I just not that guy, so I'm not worried about it. This is God's money. I'm managing it. I figure he can take care of it. I understand their concern. If you were, if you're making $30,000 a year or something, it would be more of a concern, but it's, frankly, it's a little bothersome, if I'm in your shoes. And not enough to cancel the whole thing, but it's troubling, that these people, obviously they want to protect what they built and make sure it goes to their kids. Let me ask you, here's another thing I would want to find out, and I don't know. In most states, the divorce stuff we've been involved in on the financial side, and an amount of inheritance generally in the event of a divorce goes to the person that inherited the money. They don't split it in most states. So if you inherit your mama's house and you get a divorce, you get your mama's house. You don't split it with your ex in most states. Okay, now I don't know Missouri law, and I'm not a lawyer, but I've experienced that in, being called in the middle of divorce situations when we're helping negotiate and all that. I've experienced that to be the facts, that the judge or the statutes award that way. So I would learn about that in Missouri. number one. They may have that protection built into the law, is what I'm saying. And then you've just got to decide how much you care about this issue. Because I don't think, and what this issue means. What does it mean to your relationship? What does it mean to the family you are marrying? Because you're marrying her and her family. And so, you know, it's really low class that this came up after you made a contract to get married. They bring up, oh, but by the way, after you've done a contract to get married called getting engaged, we're going to add something to the terms of the contract after you've already signed it. That's low class.
I'm curious, Josh, what does your fiance think? How does she feel about this? Is she completely in line with the parents, or does it make her feel weird? What's going on here?
To be honest, I mean, she's you know, she's the oldest of 4 daughters total, and they're an awesome family, super down to earth people. But they, you know, they've not, you know, never really had to work or, you know.
You're not answering my question, and you're being really nice because you're a classy dude. I'm going somewhere with this. How does she feel about it? When it came up, what was her comment on this deal?
I mean, she understands. She understands it. I mean, what I was getting at is she just doesn't really have, like, she doesn't know.
So she's okay with it. My point is, it wasn't a head tilt or a red flag or yellow flag. It was just like, oh, okay. Is that what I'm hearing?
She knows what she's told.
Exactly.
Okay,
yes.
that helps.
She listens to her parents. Yeah, she listens to her parents.
Well, that makes this relationally a little bit more difficult. You know, had she had the same feeling, the yucky feeling you had, I assume you have a yucky feeling about it? Is that, or am I making the wrong assumption?
Well, I just like go back to what you guys feel about prenups, and it is an extreme situation. But like, I don't, you know,
it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. Like, do I need to do anything on my end?
What else is going to come up after you're married that they tell her what to do?
Well, the one other thing was exactly, yeah. The one other thing is apparently so the family are in development, so they're big into real estate, and they build houses and have a lot of land. Another thing is apparently they're going to be building us a house and putting it in a trust to where we don't have a payment.
Apparently.
And
this has all been decided. Apparently? Wait a minute. This is my freaking house. There's no apparently. I'm involved in the decision.
I think this ought to be premarital counseling. I bring it up with your fiance.
Players. I think the two of you need to sit down with pre-marriage counseling and get married in June. This family has problems with leaving and cleaving.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the Ramsey Show. So I recommend Simply Safe Home Security. They're the best at what they do, protecting your whole home. Their award-winning system is backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day, half the cost of traditional home security. And my listeners get 20% off their system when they sign up for Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafedirect.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Listen, I know a lot of you would rather watch paint dry in slow motion than file your taxes. But thankfully, you don't have to dread filing when you've got Ramsey Smart Tax. It's easy to use, and it comes packed with everything you need to knock out your tax return before the big deadline. That means all major federal forms and deductions are covered from the start. And you won't get blindsided by hidden fees when you're knee-deep in the process. Hey, I hate when that happens. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, George, I'm not sure I want to change my tax software. I get it. But switching is easy, and with Ramsey Smart Tax, you can save up to 70% compared to other software out there. That's a steal if you ask me. Now don't put this off. Ignoring your taxes and hoping the IRS magically forgets you exist is about the worst thing you can do, unless you just love late fees and penalties and pain. So let's get this show on the road. Go to RamseySolutions.com/SmartTax to file with confidence today. That's RamseySolutions.com/SmartTax. Good luck with Uncle Sam. Happy filing, my friend.
Dave here. Health insurance can be confusing. That's why Health Trust Financial is the only company Ramsey recommends to find you the best health insurance.
I've known them for over 20 years, and while other companies are just after premiums, Health Trust Financial cares about educating you, saving you money, and shopping different providers to find you the right health insurance. Visit healthtrustfinancial.com today. healthtrustfinancial.com.
Americans pay about $5 billion to control termite and repair their damage every year. There's no question that termites can be destructive, but many people underestimate exactly how much damage, yikes, these little buggers can do to a home. Termites cause more property damage every year than thunderstorms, blizzards, earthquakes, and floods combined. Termite damage may not even be covered by your home insurance policy, which means you're often left to pay the bill. Call Pacific Coast Termite today at 800-PACIFIC. Now, even if you don't think you have termites, still call Pacific Coast Termite for a free home inspection. Certain restrictions apply. No tenting, no double bagging your food, no pet sitting. Get 10% off termite treatments and a 2-year guarantee on their work. Call 800-PACIFIC, 800-PACIFIC, or go to PacificCoastTermite.com.
Pacific Coast Termite kills termites.
The clean, friendly way.
Men, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction or Peyronie's disease? Has Viagra stopped working? Most ED cases are caused by plaque buildup, which causes blockages and restricts blood flow. Even Viagra can't get through. But thanks to the doctors at West Coast Men's Health, a revolutionary medical procedure is now available. Using acoustic wave therapy, this non-invasive, pain-free treatment breaks down plaque, restores blood flow, potentially reversing ED for good. And women, if your man has ED, talk to him about acoustic wave therapy and how West Coast Men's Health can help, regardless of age or medical history.
With clinics in San Mateo, Pleasanton, Walnut Creek, and Elk Grove, call 650-649-7944. That's 650-649-7944. 650-649-7944. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Now, more of The Ramsey Show on Talk Radio 560 KSFO. Thank you for joining us, America. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Ken Coleman and Ramsey Personality is my co-host. Ken, I know this about me. I really like to be in control.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I know this about me, and I know this about wealth, that as you add wealth, it makes you more of what you already are. And so having some money has given me the ability to control a lot of things in my life, the variables. I don't have cars that break down anymore because they're nice ones. I used to drive crap when I was broke, and I was broke down on the side of the crappy road in the crappy car in my crappy life, and I hated it. I hated it because I felt out of control and desperate and freaked out. And so now I drive cars that don't break because I got some money by doing the stuff we teach here. And I also know that that control, in that sense, controlling the variables, control the controllables, that's a good feature, but I'm also well aware that it can be a bad feature. Yep. You've probably seen that.
I cannot recall. I cannot recall.
You are so full of crap.
Well, that's also a great demonstration of what you do in that situation.
Yeah,
just go Congress. Just act like a congressman.
Yeah.
I cannot recall.
Do nothing.
Yeah, no, no. In all seriousness, yes, but in a situation like that where we've seen it, you snap back because you are healthy.
Well, what I had to face, the hardest parenting I've ever done in my life, because when they're little, you just freaking tell them what to do. And if you don't do what I say to do, I'll take you out and make another one look just like you. Okay, so you're going to do what I say to do. I'm in charge. The inmates are not in charge of the asylum. When they're like grown and paying their own bills and stuff, you don't get to do that anymore, I heard. That's a rumor. So like when they leave and get married and stuff, it's a problem for control people. And control people with money like me, sure, it's a real problem. So I've had to read like Henry Cloud's book, Boundaries. It's like every weekend I have to read the whole book again. Yeah. Because otherwise I invade my grown children's boundaries.
because I have the money to control and tell people what to do, and I'm used to people doing what I tell them to do, and my grown kids don't always do